greetings. This is Muhammad Son of Boom here, and today I'm going to do a new Rokket Deck profile because of the new cards I've purchased from TCG Player, yeah, and those kind of cards I got. So feel free to subscribe, and feel free to subscribe to my channel because I will be uploading new content today, yeah. I will be uploading new content today, which includes elevator videos and maybe some which learn about English and deck profiles, yeah. Which is what I will upgrade right now. So for the monsters, let's go over the Rokket Deck profile. So for the monsters, I run triple copies of Magna Rokket Dragon. Why? Because it's the older monster killer ever. Because when a League of Monsters fetish activates that targets it, I can destroy it, then I send it to the grave. Then I send that monster to the graveyard. Like Beals, whichever you like, yeah? Or any other kind which says cannot be destroyed by card effects. And cannot be targeted, yeah? But doesn't target, Magna Rokket doesn't target, it's sent to the graveyard. And when it's destroyed during the end phase, when it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed and sent there this turn, all I could do is special summon a Rokket monster of any choice I like. I run, let's see now. I run double Metal Rokket Dragon. Because of Metal Rokket Dragon, when a Link monster set is activated targets it, I can destroy it. I can self-destruct this and then I blow up all the cards in your opponent's column. Either spell or traps, yeah. Even in the spell and trap card zone, yeah. This is why Metal Rokket can be essential, you know. Because when it's destroyed, well during the end phase, when it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed also, I can also bring out a Rokket monster I like. Any Rokket monster I like from the deck during the end phase. I also run double Silver Rokket Dragon. Why? Because it's the extra deck destroyer, you know, because when a Elite Monster Spell is activated that targets it, I can destroy it, then I can look at my opponent's extra deck and banish one card from it. But when it's also destroyed, I can bring out one of my only Rockets from my deck. Of any... Oops. I can bring out any Rockets from my deck of any choice, yeah? Any choice I like. Also, double Rokket Tracer. The only tuner monster available. Because you can target one face of card you control, you can destroy it as well as summon any Rockets. You can target anyone, like you can destroy your Silver Rokket or your Booster Dragon, whichever. Because it's the only tune you can go into your Synchro Summon of one monster I have, yeah. Also, I run double Rokket Recharger. Because with Recharger, when a Dark Attribute monster I control is destroyed, and spell summon the extra deck is destroyed, I can send it from my hand or face up on the field. I can bring back one of the destroyed. I can target one of the destroyed monsters, and I can bring back any Rokket, any Dark Dragon, any Dark monster I like. Any Dark monster I like. So usually I combo off with any. I would combo off with Booster Dragon. I will combo off with Booster Dragon to bring back an extra dark monster, you know? Which is what I would do, yeah? I run, double auto Rokket Dragon, because you can, when a League of Monsters Threat is activated, target it, I can destroy it, then I can send one of my opponent's spell traps to the graveyard. One spell trap on the field to the graveyard. And when it's destroyed, during the end phase, when it's in the graveyard while it's destroyed, I can bring back one of my Rockets to my I can bring out one of my Rockets to my deck. I also run double Nest Rokket Dragon. Because with the Nest Rokket Dragon, when it has high defense, you know, because when a effect is when a Link monster is activated and targets it, I can destroy it and make one monster unable to attack. But also, and Nest Rokket can negate any effect, you know. It could be your high defense monster for you to set face down if you have it in your hand. But when it's just, or special summon it with Boost Center Launch. But when an S rocket is destroyed, I can special summon when it's in the graveyard because it was destroyed. I can bring out one of my only rocket monsters for my deck of any choice. And also, I want one shell rocket, exploder rocket, and also I run rocket synchron. Exploder rocket. When a link monster is activated, targets it. I can destroy it, and then both players take 2,000 damage. This could be useful in case if my opponent has less than 2,000 life points. And shell rocket. When a link monster when it's activated, I can target it. When a link monster's face is activated, targets it. I can also destroy it, and then I can destroy any monster. I can destroy one monster in the column it was in, and then I destroy the monsters in the card adjacent zones, just like in adjacent angle, you know. And if they're in the graveyard because it's destroyed, I can bring out any rocket monster. Same with Exploder Rocket Dragon, and also with Rocket Synchron, I can bring back one of my only level 5 or higher dark attributes, which is way easier to go on your Synchro or Link plays, whichever you like. I also run double Nocto Vision Dragon. Why? Because if your opponent activates a card effect that targets a face down card, I can banish it and I can negate it. Also, my opponent cannot target any face down cards or card effects for the rest of a turn. Because I can even combo up with this. Because if a Dark Dragon is a special summon, I can summon it into my hand. But when I use it as link material, I can get to draw a card, thanks to Nocto Vision Dragon. Also, I run double Absolute Router Dragon. Because when you have a rocket, you can also summon it and combo it off, so you can bring out any Link 4s you like, or Link 3, whatever. Because when I send to the graveyard, you can add up any rocket monster from my deck, from the deck to the hand, you know. That's what I like to run on Absolute Router. You can add a rocket recharger or any other rocket you like, yeah. Also run double Gateway Dragon to special see once a turn you can special summon any rocket monster. But when you have a link monster, you can special summon it, then you can almost summon anything you like. And I also run one checksum, and I also run Hibernation Dragon. Usually with Hibernation Dragon, and I also because usually with Gateway Dragon, you can bring a Hibernation Dragon, and combo it off, you can add one of your level 4 or lower Dark Dragon type monsters. But when it's in the graveyard, if you have no Link monsters, well, you control no Link monsters, you can banish it, you can bring back one of your only Dark Dragon Link monsters. Any kind you like. Also run one Speed Burst of Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon. Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon is the only limited card I like to run. Why? Because you can bring back any of your dragon type monsters from your graveyard, including with Speed Burst. Because if you truly summon it, you can add two rockets with different names from your deck to the hand, which is why Speed Burst will be essential. Now for the spells. So for the spells, I run 3 Boot Sector Launch because it's the only field spell you have in play. I don't even need Dragon Ravine anyway for Dragoonies only, you know. Because all rockets need 300 target defense. Because you can bring out 2 rockets to combo off, especially to combo off with you can if you have like you say, if you have Abzu Router or Nocto Vision in your hand, what do? You bring them out. If you can bring out Nocto Vision, you special summon the rockets, even Abzu Router as well, you know, yeah. That's why Boot Sector Launch is great. Even the same with the second effect as well. Also, I run double Quick Launch. Why? Because with double Quick Launch, you can special summon any rocket, and you can combo it off with you can bring out Abzu, and if you have a rocket, you can combo off with Abzu Router, special summon Abzu Router. And Nocto Vision, you can bring him out. Oop, my bad. Sorry. Oopsie. Sorry. Sorry. That's better. Sorry about that. You can either combo off with not the Vision Dragon as well. But it can't attack and it's destroyed during the end phase, which carries off the Rocket's effects.
So, says it here?
I run double Squib Draw. Why? Because you can destroy your Rocket, draw 2 cards, and then carry off any Rocket's effects when it's destroyed during the end phase. When it's in the graveyard during the end phase, yeah? It's best to use your hand power, you know. Like, and also I include one Allure of Darkness, because you can draw 2 cards and banish a dark attribute monster from your graveyard. Whichever comes first, yeah? Also I run 1 Boral Regenerator, which is a monster reborn. You can bring back a Rocket, equip it, but it's banished when it leaves the field. But when it's sent to the graveyard, because that equipped monster was destroyed, you can draw a card. You can even replenish your hand with Squib Draw and Boral Regenerator, yeah? Spells, the rest of the spells I like to run will be 1 Terraformer to add boost after launch. Monster Reborn to bring back one of your monsters from either player's graveyard. Polymerization, Diffusion Summon, from your field or hand. Also, I want 1 Rapid Trigger. With Rapid Trigger, you can destroy the Rockets and bring them out, Diffusion Summon, but the drawback is, but the only drawback is that it can only the fusion monster I brung out with Rapid Trigger can only attack special summoned monsters from the extra deck. Monsters that are special summoned from the extra deck, but unaffected by activated effects of any other monsters special summoned from the extra deck. Which is why I like to run this. Also I run Boral Supplier, because you can bring back any of your Rockets to carry off Boral Sword, Boral Load, even boost Boral Load, Boral Sword, and Boral Guard. Which is what I like to run. Also, I run 1 Twin Twisters, so you can destroy any spell and traps. Especially with burials from a different dimension, you can bring back, add them back to your graveyard. I run World Legacy Guard Dragon, because you can bring back any Rockets. Even you can move any Link monsters, so you can make room for a new Link Link monsters, and also Link Burst. Because what it does, I can target 1 Link monster and destroy it, and then I draw a card. Yeah. It's like I said, because with Link Burst, I can even destroy Booster Dragon to combo. I can destroy Booster Dragon to combo off, and then I can bring back one of my dark monsters, any kind which I like, and then I would combo off with Recharger and bring back an extra dark dragon, dark monster, whichever I like. It's all for the spells. That's all for the spells. So now we go to the traps. So the traps, I'm on double Mirror Force and Mirror Force Launcher. Why? Because if Mirror Force Launcher is destroyed, you can reset it, and you can reset Mirror Force from your hand deck or your graveyard. I mean, Mirror Force is a legendary card that Ferris used. I mean, it's not even like it, I can see it, because you can destroy all tap pitches monsters. And with Mirror Force Launcher, during the main phase, during your main phase, you can discard any card you like. You can add Mirror Force from your deck to your hand, deck or graveyard, you know. That's what I like to run them out. I like running Mirror Force and Mirror Force Launcher. Also, I run Imperial Order, which negates spells, but you have to pay 700 during standby phases. During the standby phase, once a turn. Also run Red Reboot, because Red Reboot can negate traps. Also, I run Magic Cylinder, Tactical Exchanger, Boral Cooling, Jar of Avarice, Execute Protocols, and I run Link Turret, because with Link Turret, when it's activated, I can place 4 counters on it. But when I take battle damage, I can place a counter on it. Like, say if I have 5 counters, I'll bring back 5 rocket monsters, but their effects aren't in the game and they are banished. Which is no problem for me, no. Which is no problem for me at all. But unfortunately, if I put sleeves on this, it will not fit in my dual disc, which I have, yeah? So we go to the extra deck. So the fusion monster I want is Boral of Furious Dragon. Because of this, I can target 1 monster I control on the card my opponent controls and I destroy it. Either way, I can even also destroy my booster dragon or my one of my rockets, and then I destroy one of my opponent's cards. Yeah. And the synchro monster I want is the Borreload Savage. Why? Because with Borreload Savage, I can equip one of my Link monsters to it. But once a turn is only, well, I have to use it once a turn, and you gotta use this wisely, you know. Removing a counter to negate it. It ain't easy for me, you know. Also, Borreload X Charge, which is a risky card to run. Because your player can target this Xyz summon card with monster effects, except its own. But you see, you can attach to a drill and bring back one of your you can choose a face-up monster on the field so it can lose 600 attack and defense. And you can bring back one Burrow monster from the graveyard, but it's banished during the end phase. But the drawback is you can't spell summon other monsters, nor attack directly this turn. Or attack directly this turn. For the rest of his turn, yeah. If your opponent has a lot more monsters, which is why. So for the Link monsters, I run Booster Dragon, which is the essential. Because of this, you can target one of your monsters on the field and it gains 500 attack and defense. But when this Link summon card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, I can even target one other dragon and then special summon it, whichever I like. Just like with Borreload Furious, if you have no I can banish it to my graveyard and I can bring back a Dark Eye to relay monsters, but it can't activate its effects this turn, which is what I run Borreload Furious. And for the Borreload monsters, I run Beauregard Dragon. He can't be destroyed by card effects, you know. And you can target one of your monsters and you can send one card from your spell and chart card zone to the graveyard, and you can summon from either graveyard to my field one monster that was destroyed is sent there this turn, but you have to but its effects are negated, yeah. But you can change its battle position. Any rocket monster you can try to change, but you can combo off anything, yeah. Also run Borreload. Here's Borreload will be essential, you know. Because you can't target, neither player can't target its card monster effects. Because you see, you can target one face-up monster on the field, loses 500 attack and defense points. But both of them can't activate cards or effects in response, you know. But with Borreload, you can target one of your own monsters, and then you can destroy it, and then you can and if you target one of your rocket monsters, you can destroy. They carry their effects, you know. Which is why Borreload would be essential, because when it attacks, you can take control of it, and you can use one of your use your opponent's monster to your link plays. Yep, even to your own advantage. Also, Borrelsword Dragon. Why? Because it cannot be destroyed by battle, you know? And once turn, you can target one face-up, one tap position monster, you can change to defense position. Even though it can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Besides this, you can even use it to trigger, you can do this on target your rockets and trigger them and destroy them, yeah. Which is what you like to do, yeah. And when it battles, it gains the attack points equal to half of that monster. But the monster's attack points is half, you know. That's why Borrelsword will be essential to run. Also, I run one Delindrous Dragon, because why? During your opponent's end phase, you can run one type of monster that did not attack, and you can destroy it, and then my opponent takes damage, you know. But if you summon a rocket, you can bring it back. And you can combo off with the Episode Router or Nocto Vision Dragon. And for the other monsters, I run both the Guard Dragon Elfie and the Guard Dragon Pisty, the Quad Boral Dragon. And also I run one Striker Dragon. Why? Because you can add the field spell. You can add your Boot Central Launch also. Must have been my cat. Also, but with that you can target one of your one face-up monster you control, one rocket monster, you can destroy it, and you can add that other monster to the hand, yeah. But you can target one of your rockets, and you can trigger its effects, yeah, with Striker Dragon. And with Quad Boral, you can also destroy one of your opponent's monsters. One monster on the field, whether it's a Link monster, you can bring back 2 rockets. Or your own, whichever you like. And also, I run Trisbana, because why? Due to Trisbana, you can banish one of your... When the monster summoned to a zone it points to, you can banish that monster, and you can banish spell and traps, and I can deal 500 points of damage for that. Also, Zero Boros is quite very nice, yeah, because I cannot summon or set any monsters to any extra monster zone, it says, and it gains 200 attack points for each banished card. But if it's spell summoned to a zone it points to, I can bash everything, you know. But during the standby phase of the next turn after it's banished, I can bring it back. It's essential for banishing everything on the field. And last but not least, Triple Burst, because he deals piercing he's a piercing damage. He's a piercing damage dealer, you know. But during the damage step, if you activate spell or trap, I can negate it and destroy it. I can negate it, but not destroy it. But during the main phase, I can tribute it. I can bring back any link to a lower monsters, and I can bring out any other level 4 lower dragons. Either way. Well, it's all for the main deck. Hope you enjoy it. Well, it's all for the main deck. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. Almost.